Hey everyone, this is Daniel, and today is the continuation of my Power Apps Hidden Gem series, and this is video number 7. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about these five different inputs over here, these 5 hidden gems, and it's in this particular order. Some of these you might not be familiar with. For some, they are completely brand new, but they're hidden, they're inside Power Apps, so I'm going to be talking about those. So I'll kind of go through it in this order because then I have an app to build and I'll kind of walk you through all of that. But these truly are gems because they actually help you, either help you as a maker to make the app much more efficiently or easily, or they can even improve your app's performance over there. All right, so enough with the introduction. Let's jump into the demo. So from here, I'm going to now go straight into the demo piece. And the first one we're going to look at is the run on start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new app. I'm going to create a new Canvas app. And the app is opening up. I think I'll create a tablet layout today. So the tablet layout is tablet layout, but you can use that for your desktop as well. So it's opening, it's loading. And first things first, always save. So I'll call this as Hidden Gems Series 7. And I think I always give it this color, and I always give it that one, and then save it. Yeah, usually I always give it that one there. Okay, so let's now focus on the run on start. So what does the run on start do? Is actually helps you to run something on start, but the fact is, the one I'm going to show you is right over here on Power Apps. Now, if you right click, there is the option to do a run on start. And I didn't know about this till I actually accidentally ran into it. And it was a game changer for me, because let me show you how that makes a difference. So take, for example, on Power Apps, on start, I actually put in a variable. And I'm going to say set testing variable. And I'm going to call that as, let's say happy. All right. Yep, happy. So that's what I'm doing over here. I've created a variable, and now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop, say, a text input, nice and big. All right, create a text input. Let's give it nice big font size so we can see it. And the default of this, come on, default. Yep. I'm going to say test variable, and there you go. So initially, what I would have to do before is, in order for that variable, because I've actually assigned a variable on start to, I've assigned a variable to that variable on start, and in order for me to see that variable displayed in my control over there, here's what I had to do. I had to first go to File, I would save it, I would publish it, and then I'd close the app and open it. So let me just show you what it is that I used to do, right? Saved it, published it, I'm going to close the app, I'm going to open it. And now when I open it, it's going to behave as if, that's number 7, it's going to behave like this is now app on start. So I got to recreate that scenario here. And once I've recreated that scenario the literal way, literally by closing, saving, publishing, closing, opening again, the global variable, or the set variable, takes effect. It actually gets the value happy, and then it shows it on the app on start. Okay, so it's not that difficult, but it is a little bit tedious, all right? But let me show you how I was able to now get that improved, especially for all the makers. So I'm going to come up with another scenario. I'm going to do here, and I'm going to now, on start, I'm going to set another value here. I'm going to set new testing variable. So very happy. I'll close that. In here, its default is variable. There's 2 new testing variable. Now watch. I create a new variable, assigned a value to it, but it didn't show up over here. And now instead of me going and opening up the app all over again, all I got to do is come over here to the app, right click on it, and watch what happened. So I'm going to say run on start, and it shows up over there. No longer do I have to save the app. I got to open it up again, publish it, close it, open it up again. That on start over here really was a game changer for me, and it really helped, kind of saving the app and opening it up again, just making the whole process of making the app and testing the variables so much more faster, because it's in some part when you're so deep in building a nice solution that you might have worked on this one control and you haven't finished that yet, but you went ahead and to finish that you had to apply a variable and you want that variable to take effect, and in order for to do that you got to close the app and open it again, and kind of gets you a little bit more crazy over there, lets you get a little bit more confused because you might not remember where you left off. This allows me now to just set the variable to the variable on start, and I don't even have to close the app anymore. That's really neat. All right, so that's one. Right. Two, let's go ahead and show you how to add a 3D effect to the buttons. So many of the workshops that I've done, I've actually shown my students how to do this, but I'll show it to you all as well. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to now add a button. So I'm going to click over here on the button. I'm going to make a nice big button. And if you all know the tricks that I've shown you before, if you do the size, the height, and the radius as the exact same one, it turns out to be a circle one. So watch this. I'm going to say 400, 400, and if I do the radius also as 400, it becomes a circle. I know, it's crazy, but that's the best formula to do it. Remember, if you do the width, the height, and the border radius is the exact one, it gives you a nice circle over there. All right. But what I want to do is I want to kind of give it a 3D effect, because this looks like 2D. It's flat, X and Y flat. But I want to give it a little bit of a 3D, almost like a depth of focus type of things. All of you in photography know that feature over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually now play around with the border. So the border by default over here is at 2. Let's bump that up to something crazy. And you see that almost gives a little bit of a depth of focus over here. Many people have talked about this and have shown this. Besides the fact that they've had a big wow moment over there, they've said that, I've actually done this the other way around. They've gone to that border over there and they've made it 0 over here. They've actually went ahead and made that as 0. And then they also would go ahead and change that to none. Now the reason they did that was a legitimate reason, because in the back, if you had a different color, then that little border would actually make it kind of stick out a little bit. So I understand why that's why you would do it. But now if you actually go in the technique that I showed, and I'll bring it down to say 50, and if I do it over here solid, you see it gives you that 3D effectish kind of a thing. So it's a very simple trick. Go ahead and give it that extra border. You can actually play around with the colors over there a little bit. Make it the border is darker. Maybe make it a little bit lighter. Just play around with it. But almost gives you that that 3D kind of depth of focus thing over there. All right. So now that was 2. Let's jump into the third one, and that is the AI's text recognizer. So for the text recognizer piece, let me make sure I got it over here. Nope, it's not on this tenant, so I gotta jump over to the next tenant. So I'll go over here and I'm gonna have to create a new app. And in this app, I gotta go back because for some reason my other tenant doesn't have the AI pieces coming into it over here. So I'll just create that quickly over here. Let me just call this something hidden gems 7. Try to maintain consistency. Always good practice. Save it. First time, save it. Okay, so I'm going to come in over here, and now I'm going to go into the insert, and in the AI builder there is the text recognizer. Okay, so in the text recognizer piece, I'm going to drop this one a little bit over here, and as a test, what we can do is we'll just go ahead and run it. I actually have some demos already ready. Let me see if it shows up. Yep, I'm gonna first start with some nice image just to kind of really show you how well it works. So let's actually start with this one. Let's start with this one. This is a simple one. It's just a simple thing. So I do that, and it seems to run, but that's great. How do I see all these images? Because what it did do is it went and highlighted all the text ones, which is great because it said 8 lines of text recognized. Click or tap to choose the image for the text recognition. So it told me by highlights that these are all the texts over here. But how do I actually see all the text separate from the image? And the great trick was there's actually using the gallery. That's what I say in Power Apps. When in doubt, use a gallery, because literally gallery can solve all your problems. So I went ahead and dropped this over here. I'm going to change that to this one. Get rid of that. Here, for the gallery items, I'm going to now say text recognizer. Click on dot. And there is something called OCR objects. Okay. When I did that, if you notice, it takes all of this information and it dumps it directly into the gallery as different sections. But here's the cool thing, all right? So if you just meddle around with it a little bit, even go ahead and play around there, take that separator out, delete that, go ahead and take this out. It literally looks like you've got the full text from over there, right over here. So you actually successfully now went ahead and did the OCR, went ahead and ran that through through the AI Builder's text recognizer, and then when you dropped into a gallery and you clean up the gallery, it literally looks like all the text is over here. So it really functions really well. But let me push the limits of the text recognizer just a little bit more. I'm going to click on new image, and let's go to this one, all right? This one, it is pushing it through AI, which in the back end is Cognitive Services. And check this out. It was very interesting because I wanted to see that. What happens is the way it's moving over here, and you can see, it says, did you know on March, which means it went through the topmost line. So did you know on March 26, 2014? So it went through that one. The next line is it actually started from the left. So just based on my observations, and again, I may be wrong, but based on these observations, it looks like it always starts on the top right, and then it goes to the top left for the next line, works its way around, again, next line there, works its way around, and that's how it's getting the information over there. That's what it seems to work. And we'll do another test. Come back over here and see, the first one is RU, so that's what it does. Top line was RU, then it came down again to the bottom left, concerned about no I am not. So it kind of works through that way. Top, go back to the left as if you were writing, you know, from the left side, writing English, that is. Go all the way to the right, and then come back from left all the way to the right. But it works so well. Like, the text recognition is so cool, and it's, again, out of the box, no coding whatsoever. The two tricks was, you go ahead and first add it in the gallery, take out all those, you know, horizontal lines or separator lines and icons and everything, and then use the text recognizer's .ocr objects, and that's how it was able to get that information. So two, that was how it was, is using the AI text recognizer. All right, so I'm going to jump over and now show you the gallery navigation, because there's two really neat things over there. So for that, I need to do a little bit more work. I will go ahead and create another one, and I need to actually add some data. So I'll come over here in the connector. I'm going to say Excel, import from Excel, and I'm going to actually get some data. Come on, data. Let me get the data there. File. So I'm going to select a spreadsheet to get the data. I'll select the table. And now I'm going to go ahead and get a gallery. Let's create a nice gallery. And I'm going to use this for the next one as well, the delay output. So I'm going to need that. So I'll delete this. I'm going to go ahead and delete that one as well. You know, what I should have done was click on the gallery and change that to only one title. That makes it easier. Now, table query, so that's the data's coming in. And I'll go ahead and, you know, add some more data. I mean, basically there's more data in the table, so let me kind of make it as a nice tabular view. Even though it's a gallery, make it look like a data table. Employee status. Say full-time, I am user. I'm just going to keep adding a few more. Manufacturer. Let's say, yeah, memory is good, and then we'll end with CPU. CPU is a nice long big data over there, so it really helps. CPU processor, actually. Get rid of that because I'm going to need that. I'll go ahead and increase that a little bit, and this one actually has a lot more data, so that's good. Okay, so in this, now in the gallery, there's something cool that I want to show you. Is the gallery navigation. All right, so you click over here, and in the navigation place over here, there's two types of navigation. There is the show navigation, and then there's a navigation scroll bar. All right, so what I can do is in the navigation, if I want to show it, by default it is false. I can do it as true. If I play with it, this shows up over here. But there's something key about that one. Watch out. If I click on it, it knows how many I have over here, and it's going to go and get the second batch of the data. Watch what happens. You know, it's like over here. Now since I know that there's something on the top arrow also showed up. Showed up here. Keep going, and it really gets you in chunks. So it really helps, right? Because instead of you scrolling one by one and then trying to figure out, oh, was that the last one that I saw, or did I miss that one on the top, or something like that, this scrolling bar functionality really helps you to automatically scroll in chunks over there. It really works well on that. And then the other, on the same part over here for the gallery navigation, there is the option to go ahead and even in the show scroll bar, by default it is true, you can go ahead and make that false. So watch what happens. I can now only use the scroll bar, and I can even eliminate that option for the end users. You can still with your mouse scroll it that way. That works. You can't stop that. But the scrolling bar section over there, that disappears. So all you can do is use this scroll. So this combination actually helps, because I've seen really neat apps out there, non-power apps, used built for a while. They've got this functionality to really save the end user from scrolling. Put that scroll bar over there and just click on the top, or click on the bottom, or click on the top, and gives you the end user the functionality to automatically scroll in chunks over there, saving the user the heartache of scrolling and then trying to remember, was this the next batch that came through, or did I miss one, things like that. It's really a neat functionality over there. So that was the navigation gallery. Now let me show you the last one, which is a delay output. Now the delay output is a very important piece over here, and I'll show you why. So in order to kind of really show you the effect of it, I'm going to create a text bar over here, and what that text bar is going to do is I'm going to put in something to search. All right, so if you want to search anything in this gallery, you basically put that item over here and it'll search. So let me actually go ahead and get some more data coming through so you can actually see a lot more here. But I'm going to change the gallery item just a little bit. All right, go to items. I'm going to do a search command. And since it's coming from already data from Excel over here, you don't have any delegation problems. It directly just pulls in because all the data is over here, plus it's less than 500. So anyway, delegation is not the whole reason for this video. Over here I want to show you the delay output. So for the delay output, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say whatever is searched from this column. So that's the text one dot text, and then comma, and now I'm just going to start getting in some information. So I know I had the employee over here. Was it a full-time? I got the full name, I think, as well. Let's just click on these and see what I got. Device, I got employee status. I am. All right, so that's what it is. I didn't get the full name. I got the I am. What else did I get over here? Let's see. I am, the manufacturer was there, and I also remember getting the processor. Okay, so we are good over here. I should actually start seeing, again, in the text over here, I'm going to delete the default. I'm going to say search here. So now one of the things is, when I'm doing a search, okay, what it does is every single time I put in a type, I'm just typing something, what Power Apps does is it goes ahead and takes that, and it is doing a search based on the data you have there. Every single time you do a click. I know Power Apps has become a lot more, its performance has improved, but you as the developer, as the maker, needs to know how you can do your own part to improve that performance. And what I'm going to show you is that delay output is actually one way, because right now, watch, if I go ahead and in the search, I've got, I've got the search function over here, using the search data. Every single time I type in anything, one click, it is actually doing a search. So if I do full dot time. See, if I just did full, it is getting me all the full times. If I get time, it is getting me only those full times over there. But it does it every single time I type in over here. And that means I'm doing a lot of calls to that data, regardless of if I'm doing it directly on the data storage over there, wherever it is in the backend data source, or even if it is cached data in the app, I am still calling the data, which means the app is really performing, it's really running just for that one sake of data over there. And right now, it is the search is running based on every single time I type in over here, every single time. What you want to do is actually use the delay output function, and the delay output function is for that text. So watch this. I go over here and I search for delay output, and by default it is false. I want to change that false to true. And watch now what happens. What it does is every time I start typing in something, it actually gives that few seconds extra time for you to type something. Then it takes whatever is the data you've got in that search text and it searches with that. It really helps with the app performance, because then it already has more data, more information to search with, and it doesn't keep hitting it in constant intervals over there every time you type in. It takes amount of data, waits till you've got a few characters over there, then it goes ahead and does the search. Really helps with the performance on that. So let me do a test over here. I'm going to now type in the Core i5, and when it waits for the i5, that's when it has gone ahead and done the entire search over here. You see, it didn't keep clicking on that. If I go ahead and type in the laptop, it waited till I have the entire laptop, and then it does a search in case I wasn't doing any search over there. So, but if I did the full time, it waited till I had full time written over there, and then it went and did the search. I want to show you another example though. Watch this. I come over here, and right now I'm doing a very simple example. It's just a proof of concept. I've got a text over here. I'm going using the text control, and over here there's a label. What I'm showing is if I type in, hi there, this is a demo to show something. When I start typing it in, this one is immediately taking the information from here and putting it over here, which is great from an app standpoint. But again, let's think about it from a performance standpoint. Every single time I click something over here, this control is referencing that control over there and saying, oh, there's a new letter, let me go and add the letter over here. There's now another letter, let me go and add a letter over here. Every time there's a click, it goes and gets this information. This is what I was trying to show on the gallery side, because on the gallery side, we're doing search, and that search is constantly running every click I do. This is a great demo of what's going on over here. But instead, when you go to the delay output piece over here, in the delay output, and you turn that false to true, such a simple change to make. And that's now, let me show you. Okay, right? Watch what happens. This is, hi there, this is a great example of, and I stopped, and then it populated. Is it clicking now? Is it clicking how this example shows you how I would have saved it in the previous app? Because in the app I was doing a search, but now on this text over here, I went and turned the delay output as true, which means it waits till I have a good amount of text over here, takes all that text together, and it searches with that. Really helps with the performance of the app over there. And here's just another example. If I do sad, then that's sad. But if I stop, even if I don't have the full thing, it goes to just the normal, and then after that it goes to happy. But if I were to go ahead and do the exact same thing, if I change that to delay output, change it to true, same thing. Put that over here. By default, it is happy. If I change that to happy, it waits. Does it match? Great. Then it changes sad. But if I want to change from sad to happy, it waits till I've typed everything in, and it switches straight over from sad to happy, which means it's waiting for enough data over here, then sending it to the app for the app to figure out, okay, now I've got happy, which means I need to change the icon over there. This really helps with the performance of the app, because now it's not constantly pinging the app to perform. It's waiting for a few for enough data to come in kind of small bites, and then sends it for the app to perform. Delay output really helps in the performance of the app. So all in all, those are the 5 things I showed you today. I showed you how that run on start works. Great way, because now you don't have to stop the app, reopen it again, and see the variable take effect. I showed you that nice 3D effect of the button, right? Such a simple thing. You just give the border radius a number, and it works. Showed you the AI text recognizer over there, and how by now just going and putting in images, it takes the text, but then using the magic of a gallery, you're able to see all the text over here. Showed you that little things which I noticed, that it always starts from the top, works on from the left, and then all the way to the right. Gallery navigation was amazing. How you can now, instead of constantly scrolling, you've got the 2 navigation bars on the bottom, on the top. You can even hide that navigation only to use those 2 clicks over there. And then finally, the delay output, because even though it's such a simple thing, how much this can improve in the performance of your app. So these were the 5 hidden gems I had for this video. And as always, keep power apping. Thanks.